Not from here, are you?
What gives it away?
You just walked up to a police officer. And I have this funny feeling you expect something good to come out of it.
About the repression in this city.
Look, I have nothing against your kind, okay? Personally, I mean. But I am on the front lines of a police state. I am a child of my moment in history.
Sounds awfully abstract for a cop.
To be competent, I have to be complicit. My way of being okay with that is to be abstract. I don't drag human beings from their homes. I drag historical outliers. I don't shoot into unarmed crowds. I fulfill the will of history.
You mean the will of those in power?
Same difference.
I used to be a cop, for what it's worth.
Let me guess, not in Prague. And not since the incident.
In America, Detroit, a long time ago.
I envy you. I look forward to the day that I can say I used to be a cop, a long time ago.
That bad?
If I could do it again, I would be a fireman. No one looks into a fire and thinks, shit, does this one really deserve it? You can just follow orders and feel good about it.
I recently got stopped at a fake checkpoint. Heard there was a cop around here who might know what I'm talking about.
Draumir, he's a slippery fuck. Pays off all the right people, provides all these bullshit documents that prove he's legit. Regional inspector, my ass. I'm putting a file together.
A file? This guy's dressing up like a cop and harassing hogs in the street.
Sounds like 90% of the people I work with. Listen, the right amount of coin in the right kind of pocket, fancy-looking paperwork, those things go a long way in this city. Especially if the perception is that he's not really doing anything wrong. Just giving hogs a hard time.
There's more to it than that.
That's exactly what I think. Why don't you fill me in? What's Drahomir been up to behind my back?
There was a girl named Elena. The way she tells it, she was forced at gunpoint to work for Drahomir. They kept her in a little room and made her forge documents for them.
Why didn't she go to the police?
She was scared. A lot of people are scared.
Yeah, of course they are. Prague's going to hell. The bad cops don't care and the good ones are too busy filling out forms. Fuck it. Drahomir's been pulling this shit for long enough and I'm sick of being told to ignore it. Official police. Stay out of it.
Radíme všem občanům, aby se vyhýbali přelidněným prostranstvím a pokud
Milena, I've got an update on your friend Drahomir.
I've seen Drahomir pretend to be many things. My friend was never one of them.
It's been taken care of. He's not going to be a problem anymore.
Thank God. I don't know how you did it, but I'm glad you did. Listen, if you ever need documents for something...
I'll be fine, thanks. Something will show.
Stay alert.
Still no sign of anything, really. Come on. Keep it together.
This is no good. No good.
Vypadni odsaď, plechovko. Shit.
Here comes another one.
Obraťte se na stát a policii. Je to vaše občanská povinnost.
Dobre.
They are involved. How to stop it?
Use your own...
Nice coat. I have to help this customer. If you have other things to do, maybe you could come back later.
I cannot believe this. Take my advice. If you were thinking about shipping something to these people, don't.
Aby vyhodnotila jejich situaci a lépe pochopila, proč se kdysi prosperující města jako třeba Dubaj z incidentu ještě plně nevzpamatovala.
This kind of thing is always happening. Are they serious? Not believe this.
Alex, this whisper chip you gave me, it's an easy plant?
You're heading... into TF-29 already?
Our enemies aren't waiting around when we lick our wounds.
Fair enough. There'll be a data port on the NSN's motherboard. Access it and then just plug and play. Or plug and record in this case.
Got it. I'll let you know when it's done.
Smiley was going on about hexagen. I don't know what he was talking about.
We got this. Thanks. I have 3 airfields in Qatar that are promising, but they're privately owned, and nobody can get close enough to take a look.
I got a whole lot of nothing. Every time I send someone to follow up on a lead, it turns out the buildings are abandoned, burned out.
We'll get them for you, Jensen.
I got a whole lot of nothing.
The Jinn can run, but they can't hide.
I got a whole lot of nothing. Every time I send someone to follow up on a lead, it turns out the buildings are abandoned.
Adam Jensen. Adam Jensen. Well, you're gonna take all those weapons somewhere. I want to know where now.
Impossible. The LZ's totally overrun. There was another attempt to breach our firewall last night.
Unlicensed documentation. Individuals who fail to comply will be arrested.
I've been trying to ID the bodies of the people who crashed the operation in Dubai.
Safety is the primary concern, especially in the wake of the August shooting.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
Things got pretty hairy in Dubai. Good to see you're okay. Things got pretty hairy in Dubai.
I've been trying to ID the bodies of the people who crashed the operation in Dubai.
Better software and DNA checks. All the satellite offices are always
Maybe the connection is that they're giving us.
No one's claimed responsibility.
Somewhere in this city, there's a mob-owned casino in the sewer. Now I've heard everything.
It's gonna take me a while.
It'd be easier if someone would just step up and do it. You know who's been suspiciously quiet the last couple is one of the only places in the world that has smallpox samples. Thanks. Keep digging.
If we want to catch Janus, we're going to have to get creative because nothing we're currently doing works.
Maybe the connection is that there is no connection. They've been everywhere for the past week. The police response to the attack wouldn't have been so extreme if they were better organized and less corrupt.
We're still trying to find the identity of the train station bomber, but we don't have much to go on. I'd rather not say what this reminds me of.
There's something here, I'll find it. These guys might look at
It's another attempt to breach our firewall last night.
Still unconfirmed.
Not now, Jensen. We're dealing with the situation here.
I finally finished the backup exfiltration plan for the upcoming Jakarta mission.
The information we have on the train station bombs isn't enough to go on yet. We're getting more all the time.
Dark days ahead.
And a shitload of angry ghosts.
We're trying to locate where the crashers were going to stash those weapons you intercepted, but it's mostly...
Dark days
I've been
ahead.
trying to ID the bodies.
And a shitload of
the operation. The thing about the Russians is they never tell you the whole story.
Some people are bored by
One of them would
responsibility.
pop responsibility.
Adam, you're here. You made it in. It's good to see you're okay.
Hey, Aria, yeah. It was a close call. I got lucky. A lot of people didn't.
I was here working when the first reports came in. It was chaos. Phones ringing off the hook, people yelling, scrambling to find out what was going on. Then when Miller told me you were there,
I'm all right.
Good. You looking for him? Because he's tied up right now, a meeting with Lyon, I think.
Really? He's using the NSN right now?
Yeah, I just saw him. Oh, hey, that reminds me, here's yours.
What's this?
The card for the shooting range. Chang changed all the codes this morning, said something about only giving access to people he's vetted personally. The bombing really freaked him out. Third one in 6 months, can you believe it? I'm really glad you're okay.
Thanks, Aria. I'll let you get back to what you were doing.
Yeah, I better get back downstairs. It's gonna be a busy day. Come by later if you want to talk.
Copy that.
Last night, the collective published the text. Oh my god, it's a copy of people in Switzerland. It made for some very interesting reading.
Just what I need. Another distraction. Cute. But they're never going to beat the time they broadcast that sweatshop during the halftime.
I just wish someone would nut up and take the Prime Minister has cancelled all public appearances for the rest of this week.
Close my eyes, but all I see is strength and codes.
Preemptive action would be great if we knew where to start. My boss hasn't checked in for days. It occurs to me that he might be buried somewhere in the rubble.
2 mobsters in the morgue right now, members of the same family, who apparently shot each other. That leads to some pretty horrifying speculation.
I'd love to get a look at the bomb site myself, but
Deep down, they all want to be caught.
Smart move. They don't want to be caught in the dragnet.
These guys might as well be ghosts.
I'll nail it.
If there's something here, I'll
where
find
to
it.
start with theorizing percentages. I highly doubt whoever did this bothered to stick around.
I've run DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. Nothing.
What I need you to do is listen to me.
Right now, I think my blood is about.
It's not like I support what
Or
the
guys
collective.
and people who stay at home.
The problem with a collective is that
They've been
branded
everywhere for the
themselves as
past week.
online robbing. You'd think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere.
A word of advice, stay off the Aug Rights web pages this week.
Jensen, we need to talk. Run DNA checks through all the alphabet agencies. Nothing.
Maybe it's a cliche that in order to catch a criminal you have to think like one, but it also happens to be true.
Adam, how's it going? Any trouble with the plant?
Patience, Alex. Trying to find the best way to access the motherboard without blowing my cover.
Sorry, man. Message received.
Hey, Agent Jensen. Nice work in Dubai. Still, you know what I want to know is who those odds up guys are.
You think one of them...
Jensen, we need to talk. My God, Jensen, I heard about the explosion. We should relocate. I was thinking we could corner Director Miller together. Tell him it's not safe enough here.
We're fine, Chang.
The police station, the train station, we're next. I can feel it. I can more than feel it. I can see it happening.
No one knows where we are. There's no reason to get paranoid.
That's where you're wrong. They're trying to pull the lid off of us, Jensen, or someone is. Praha Dovos just got hacked.
Our building's front company. Thought it was fake.
I wish it was fake. Miller's got me cleaning up IntelliCam footage from the attack to help figure out who these people are. Meanwhile, maybe they're trying to figure out who we are? Why else poke into an import company?
You think someone's figured out that the company's a front? Maybe they know what's really down here.
We have a lot of enemies. The people who bombed the train station. You don't think they'd love to know where we are? You need to help me figure out who's looking into us and make them stop.
I'm gonna need more information about this snoop of yours.
I don't know for sure that our cover's been blown, but if it has, we need to know before our enemies have a chance to do something about it.
What can you tell me about our front company?
Praha Dovos was designed to be forgettable. The kind of place you walk by 100 times and still can't remember.
It obviously caught someone's attention. What happens if we're compromised?
My guess, we dismantle and disappear. Agents go into hiding, director burrows into some hole, poof, no Christmas party.
You got an MO on this hacker?
At first I thought it might be the Collective.
But you're not convinced.
Not Janus's style to leave crumbs this big. But whoever it is, they risk exposing us. If the Collective ever found out where we operate... My God, Jensen.
Maybe Janus knows already.
Hey, don't say shit like that. I get nervous enough as it is.
You really think there's a risk here? Maybe someone's just poking around the fake website of a fake company.
If someone points a gun at me, I assume it's loaded. If someone hacks into the website of the company that serves as our cover, I assume they're doing it for a bad reason.
Such as?
Everything depends on who they are and what they know. But we're in the business of dealing with terrorists. If those terrorists find out where we are...
TF-29 likes its privacy.
Sure. More importantly, Chang likes being in one piece. Unlike you, I don't just brush off explosions. I need you to find out as much as you can about our snoop. Make sure we're not in danger.
All right. You have any leads?
I traced our hacker snoop to an unrented apartment. Top floor, 33 Halavni. Just down the street. This guy walks by us every single day. Probably walks in.
You're kidding.
See? You feel it now. The constant buried alive feeling. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought we were supposed to be suspicious of things that go on outside these walls.
It's never that simple.
Just get into that apartment, access the computer they used, and find out what you can. And be careful, Jensen. We don't know who we're dealing with.
I'll look into it. As soon as I know something, so will you.
Be careful out there. I think Singh's got some kind of adrenaline addiction. He plays it too close to the edge.
He made it out of Dubai, didn't he?
I'm telling you. Give us a minute. I'm telling you, if it had been anyone but Jensen on the ground, Singh would be dead.
Well, you know what? I think you're right.
Headlines around the world. Here are our top stories. Is freedom of the press a threat to our freedom? In the hands of irresponsible journalists, it can be. Underground websites and radio stations continue to praise the Juggernaut Collective, an elusive group of vigilante hackers, for exposing big money corruption. What these journalists overlook, however, is the damage these hackers leave in their wake. Last year, the Collective shut down London's traffic grid, causing gridlock for hours and preventing life-saving methods.
Is there something I can help you with, Agent?
I hear you're on point looking into the gold mask mercs that hit us in Dubai. Any leads yet?
Christ, I know I'm good, Jensen, but I've only been on it for 5 minutes.
A lot can happen in 5 minutes, McCready. You checked with the ME yet? Get anything off the bodies we recovered?
Leftovers are on ice at the Oman substation. I've been told they were scrubbed clean as summer whites. No prints, no dental, no nothing.
So in other words, it's no steps forward and 2 steps back.
For now. That's why it's a good thing you disabled the Jinn's comms booster in Dubai. Singh's cover with the Jinn is still intact. I'm hoping once he's back in Basra, he can use his network to dig around. Maybe these gold-masked jokers will ping locally. Probably another fucking jihad looking to make some noise.
I don't know. I'm not so sure we should be looking for these guys in the desert.
Ah, is that so? You have some new information you feel like sharing?
Come on, McCready. These guys were augmented with military-grade hardware. Body augmentation goes against Muslim beliefs. They weren't jihadists. We're dealing with something new here.
I can see where you're going with this, Jensen, and I'm asking you right now to back off it. It's not your case.
Come on, McCready, we're not a couple of beat cops filling a monthly quota here. This isn't about whose collar it is. It's about getting the people responsible. Full stop.
Look, I get what you're saying, but I'm working a $5 investigation on 50 cents worth of shit. I've got speculation to spare, mate. Listen, I know I come off strong. I've got 3 ex-wives that'll back that up. But that's just how I'm built. Putting on a show for the new guys ain't gonna change what's underneath.
I can appreciate that kind of honesty.
Good. So when I say I'm impressed with how you handled yourself in Dubai, you can appreciate that I meant it. With that sandstorm giving us colonics, stripping the juice box out the chopper was an inspired choice. But that mission is over, and your involvement in it ends now. Got it?
How the hell did you get such a sunny disposition anyway, McCready?
Knowing about me is not going to make us friends, Jensen. But I'll humor you. Fine. I joined regular army straight out of secondary school, made UKSF at 25 and was recruited into the SRR 4 years later.
Special Reconnaissance Regiment. That's an elite unit.
Oh yeah, it was very glamorous. All champagne and blowjobs.
So what happened?
After 12 years hunting terrorist shitbirds across every desert on the face of the earth, I found there was no fucking end to the evil this world churned out. I couldn't see the point in what we were doing anymore. So I quit.
So what brought you back to the life?
I suppose it was purpose. A tool without a job to do can only grow rust. So here I am, back in it, serving my purpose. As a tool yourself, mate, you should understand that, yeah?
Yeah. But tell me, why do you think the bodies from Dubai were sent to Oman?
Fuck knows. Rumor is that Oman was pissed that we got the green light for the gig in the first place. Can't blame them, really.
You don't think it's strange we got the call over them?
I stopped questioning the logic of the big noise a long time ago. What I'm told is we were the only team ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So then you know what I know. That everything?
Yeah, I got it. It was nice talking to you, McCready.
No, it wasn't.
I think Director Miller's making a mistake, putting all our resources into finding these Dubai newcomers.
Agent Jensen!
I've run DNA checks throughout
First the Dubai mission and now the train station bombing. This is a week of the record.
Irresponsible journalists, it can be. Underground websites and radio stations continue to praise the Juggernaut Collective, an elusive group of vigilante hackers for exposing big money corruption. What these journalists overlook, however, is the damage these hackers leave in their wake. Last year,
these guys
the
might as well be
collective
ghosts.
shut down London's traffic grid, causing gridlock for hours and preventing life-saving medical transports from getting through.
I've got to hand it to you for your role in Dubai.
They committed massive voter fraud
This is so
when they rigged
weird.
the electronic voting system.
Agent Singh. Wasn't expecting to see you again. In civvies, at least.
Just passing through. I wanted to thank your team for the backup in Dubai. That sting went to hell faster than the storm did.
You're welcome. But I don't think you came all this way to say thanks.
Director Miller asked me to get Agent McCready up to speed. Now I have the red-eye flight back to Oman.
Headed into the field office there?
Not exactly. One of our black sites. I'll be dropped in as a captured enemy combatant. After I contact my fellow Jinn prisoners, I shall lead a very convenient escape.
Re-embedding with the Jinn. Aren't you taking a big risk, given everything that happened?
No choice. That ambush knocked everyone on their asses. TF-29, Bell Tower, the Jinn. To cover all the angles, I need to go back. Hopefully my cover is still good. You killing the signal booster at the hotel should help.
You're thinking the Jinn can get a beat on our gate crashers faster than TF-29?
Perhaps. They do not like loose ends. An augmented kill squad with military training. Have you ever seen anything like it?
Yeah, once. But it's a long story. Whoever they were, they knew exactly when the deal was going down. Any chance they were based locally, in Dubai?
No. After the incident, Dubai became the world's most luxurious tombstone. Perfect for the Jinn, but for no one else.
I thought human augmentation was frowned on in the Middle East. Why was Dubai hit so hard?
Because it was another world. Two other worlds, in fact. One of extreme augmentations in gold or crystal, and one of thousands of workers outfitted for construction. Then, that day.
I know.
No, Agent Jensen, you could not. Some called it divine punishment. But that day was not the work of a merciful God.
Did we get anything out of the cleanup operation?
Mostly corpses. Heavily augmented, as you know. Under those gold masks, they were ID scrubbed. No prints, no dentals, no DNA match. Professional.
Could still be ex-Bell Tower. Plenty of men and material went AWOL after the incident. A competing faction that listened in on Shepard's sale.
It's a possibility. The audits and investigations of Bell Tower will go on for years before we know how many rats jumped from that ship. At least we recovered the weapons. Unlisted, high-spec, military-grade augmentation. Enough to build another couple of you. That is a joke.
Right. It's the world we live in. Anyone with an exemption to the weaponized augment ban is a useful tool. Or a terrorist. I don't envy what you've got ahead of you.
Actually, I'm looking forward to it. The truth is, when you've been under for long enough, you only feel like an imposter out here, in the real world.
Yeah, I understand the feeling.
It is Jensen.
Yes? These guys might as well be ghosts.
Half the Cybercrimes Division is combing the web for anything that's going to these guys from Dubai. That's not really our job. Miller wants these guys bad.
This is so weird.
Look, I'm going as fast as I can.
Agent Jensen! This is so weird.
Agent
Jensen!
I guess the Transit Authority isn't in as much of a hurry as you are then.
Maximum spread.
State police are playing stingy with sharing out. Patience is the first thing to learn to hand. Second.
Preemptive action would be great.
chances
combat drones attacked St. Petersburg. And in the U.S.
You think one of them could pop up on some list somewhere? Never got an official location.
Everything's got pretty hairy in Dubai.
Deep down, they all keep digging.
Security footage from the train station is spotty at best.
These are the chances he knew he was taking.
I've run DNA checks through all the outlets. Nothing. Jakarta's no picnic place. I'll tell you that.
About 60% caffeinated.
Maybe whoever's in charge doesn't want it.
Hey, Adam.
It's gonna take them a while.
Hey, Adam. Hey, Adam, hang on a sec. Filling out supply request forms for McCready and his boys is tedious as hell, but I don't want to give him another reason to say no.
Say no to what?
Are you kidding me? Right now, you're the only active augmented agent we have. I'm hoping to change that, been asking him every week practically, but so far, permission denied.
Really? He give you a reason?
Says my stress levels are too high. Told me I should sign up for meditation classes and drag Chang in with me so he'd chill out and stop changing security codes all the time. It sucks because I really wanted to find out who those crashers in Dubai were.